Opinions Unqualified. So welcome to the championship episode of Opinions Unqualified. And number 23?
Number 23.
It's so fitting. So fitting. Michael Jordan, the greatest champion of all the champions. And now Nixie is basically with him. I've won a championship. Was an outstanding experience, but we'll talk about that in a minute. It's not all about me, but it's... But we might make it a little bit more about me today, Sammy.
Yeah, why not? You know, you gotta live it up while you can, and it's something awesome. So you should be very proud and be real happy. And so I was more than happy to for the focus to be on you.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty exciting weekend. Couple of other exciting things. So we're in the shed tonight, and we'll have a little bit of shed talk later on in the show. But we've got a new mic set up, which looks pretty flashy. I think what we'll do is we'll take a picture of this bad boy.
Yeah, I think this definitely a picture will go up.
And we'll see how we go. So hopefully the audio quality is just a little clearer, a little cleaner. We've got a little bit more to add to our studio. We'll call
it should be coming soon as well, very soon.
Yeah,
so
which is exciting. We'll see how we go. So the weekend, Sam. So how did you find? Let's start with the celebrations after, because you definitely tagged on and come in and supported me, which was great.
So I definitely I got around you. It came down to the game, and then I did manage to find my way to the after party. You won a championship on the court, and hopefully I won a championship off the court with my performance. And paid for it on Sunday and today.
Yeah, I think you're close to an MVP. I think that's pretty obvious. You put in the hard yards and you executed what you needed to execute, and you celebrated in the right spirit. So
yeah, I think Dad was happy. Dad got a couple drinks out of me, I think, at the game, which it's very unusual for me to be buying drinks for anyone. But I hope Dad liked those 2 drinks.
Yeah. I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
I'm sure he did. So I wanted to talk about sort of when you're in a situation and the feeling. So you pretty much put all this time, all this energy, all this effort. There's a lot of training, and in my case, it's nearly a decade at coaching at this level before sort of tasting something like this. It's sort of hard to know how you'll feel after until you actually do it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I was probably more relieved than anything else. So it was joyous, and it was great to see. But the relief,
I think, obviously winning. I've won a couple championships.
Yeah.
I think you have that big celebration when you first get back into the change room or whatever. But then I think you do notice there's probably a couple minutes after that first initial celebration where everyone kind of just sits down and kind of in their own thoughts for a while. I think that's a lot of relief coming from everyone, just because, all that, like you said, all the time, effort that you've spent, it's just we've done it, and it's all worth it.
Yeah. And I guess for us, because we were the favourites, and I think we were clear favourites, sort of going in. I'm unsure what the backlash would have been if we weren't able to execute on the night and bring the banner home. So I think for me it was sort of like we were expected to win, and the fact that the girls showed up and executed what they needed to, it was more, we finally been able to reach the pinnacle. But my thinking's already changed on the next year already. So I think coach's life, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime that someone's expected to win something, they've still got to perform, don't they? It doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't show up, someone else is going to be more hungry. So I mean, to get it done, doesn't matter how much you're expected to win and what people thought, you did it, so.
And it's awesome. It is awesome.
Exactly.
I think then you reflect on it and you look back and you look at like all the years of grinding. Like, I'm crazy. I actually, for 1 year coaching, I lived in Karrinyup and I travelled to Bunbury twice a week for training, and and then games on weekends, and it was 16 hours a week, just in commuting, to and from, and that put me in a really good position, to get another job in the city. But I don't know. I think it's like a massive relief to be able to get it done. Like very excited, and it was amazing. But I'm looking forward to getting the team back on court, in a pre-season, and hopefully pushing, to feel that again, and maybe enjoy it a little bit more because it's sort of not the first one. But I don't know. It's unsure. It's weird. I think each season's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, stuff always changes, expectations change and whatnot. So just live it up while you can, and then I'm sure you're going to have that feeling sometime soon again. So yeah.
Do you know it's something? I've done this the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I think it was like I didn't know I could do this. Like I had no clue at all, and I think it's because I've seen you, because you're our audio guru. You are
apparently.
Yeah. So you sort of know and sort of upload everything, and you create the podcast. So I'm pretty much come in, talk, and allow you to
face of the franchise.
Yeah, you do. You do all the back end stuff, and I'm happy to sit at the front and look pretty. But for the last couple of weeks for our games, so when you go to it, and because you're in basketball, but those that don't know, when you're at a basketball game, the teams get introduced, and usually there's a backing track.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something that pumps up the team, gets them excited, and gets the crowd pumped up and into it and cheering and whatnot. So, for a number of years, we've had the Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's duck. Is it duck sauce?
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's the Big Bad Wolf, and it's just like a techno type
goes,
beat, and it's cool.
It is. Yeah,
it is
pretty cool.
But we're feeling like it's getting a little bit old, I guess. Just need something else rather than a routine. Refresh it. So what I did last week. So my boss at the club said, "Look, I want to mash up." He didn't say mash up because he's not real. He would have said, "I need to get these together." AC/DC, an AC/DC song, just the instrumental. With this Big Bad Wolf and some howling and stuff.
Yeah.
So what I did is I went and created this AC/DC mashup with the Big Bad Wolf, and I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So it was all right.
Unqualified, probably the first time.
Yeah, first time I ever played with it. Ever.
Done a bit of a mashup kind of thing like that. You got the job done.
Yeah, I think it was all right. So and then I think I could have done a better job if I had more time. And
that's the thing.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I sort of end product wasn't what I wanted. So I'm like, well, I probably don't want to. It's finals this week. I probably don't want to use that intro. I want to use something else. So I hit up the group, the players and coaches, and said, look, what do you guys want to do as our intro? Do you want this AC/DC one that I made, or do you want the old one? And someone put up there, can we have Wolves by Big Sean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of language in that song. So I'm like, we can't really use that. And it's probably not at the pace or the beat that we want.
Yeah.
To pump it out. So the actual concept is pretty cool, but it's probably not the pace and beat. So what I decided to do, now that I'm an expert, is mash up this original Thriller, Big Bad Wolf, with the start of Wolves by Big Sean into the Big Bad Wolf by Duck Sauce. And I'm telling you now, what it came out with was outstanding.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was good. What do you think about intro music?
It was good.
I thought it was sick.
It was interesting. Well, maybe we might post that.
Yeah, well, I've got
a little snippet.
Yeah, I've got the MP3 file. So what we'll do is we'll put it on. We'll see what people think of the Wolves intro that we used over the weekend. That took me about an hour.
Yeah,
about an hour.
Valuable
to put together.
time.
Yeah, I thought it was, and I really quite enjoyed it, to be honest.
I did enjoy having a little listen. I think I have done some stuff like that. I used to have a program, and it's not easy, and it sometimes it's pretty time consuming, I guess. The way that you have to zoom into the track and know where to split it, and you don't really. Some of those mashups can sound a bit rough when it's you switch songs at the wrong time or something like that. So
what I found hardest was to get the section of the song that I wanted.
Yeah,
that was the hardest thing. Like not cutting it, but just getting access to the actual song.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you have to buy it sometimes.
Nah.
Yeah, I won't say what I did, but
YouTube.
Yeah. So we got the audio track and it worked, and I was really quite happy with it. So we'll upload that, and then people can think it's only the first.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's only a short period of time, so just until they get into the beat, and then after that point, it's the same song anyway.
We'll have a little yes or no.
Yeah, I think it'll be a yes.
I mean,
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Have to be.
But if the singing and guitar playing and that serenading doesn't work, and I could always be a DJ. DJ Nixie, Yeah, I'll do bar mitzvahs and weddings.
Stay tuned to the Facebook page.
That's it. Yeah. I could probably upload it onto the old Coach Nick's page. So we'll see how we go. I still haven't recorded the other song yet.
Can we actually, talking about the Coach Nick's page? I was quite deep into a YouTube venture.
Yep.
And one of your videos popped up.
Really?
Right. And then you had like 338 plays on the thank you for your TTYFL.
Yeah, TTYFL. Yeah. Thank you for your love. Yeah.
Like 350 views.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, Nixie, where are these people? Why are they not listening to our podcast on YouTube?
Yeah, no, I probably could be me just watching it over and over again. So
300 times.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I actually haven't been on there for that long. That 350 views.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for that one. So.
Oh wow.
Imagine what Animalistic Fantasies has got. That's at least got to be at 1,000.
Yeah, mate. You got to wait till the new. I haven't done it yet, and I've been saying it for weeks. But the new one's a banger.
I know. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I think I'm just going to wait until, because I've got a new mic coming.
Oh, yeah.
So I might just wait till the new mic comes in and
smash it out.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, it's all good. We are thinking about new merch.
Yeah, we are. We are. I've done a little bit of work, getting us something special for the workers of the Opinions Unqualified.
And for Estian.
Yep. So Estian,
it's coming.
It's on the way. The prize is probably about 4 months too late from that competition.
Yeah.
But shout out Jay in Betweeners, because it's still great every time I watch it.
Yeah, it is.
And then there's gonna be a spare one.
Yes, there is.
And we've been brainstorming a bit. Do we auction it off?
I like the auction idea.
Maybe is a pool comp
prize.
So we've been thinking.
But I was thinking with a pool comp. Do you know what would be a way better prize, considering pool is mainly played where?
In the pub.
Yeah.
Oh,
and what can you hold a pub drink in? Like a beer.
Oh, like a stubby holder.
Holder.
Shout out Reese. Came down and had a beer with me on Saturday, and came up with the idea that he needed that we needed some stubby holders. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, I'm sure I can somehow find a way to make that happen.
Do you know what else is cool?
What else is cool?
Car stickers.
Car stickers? I've never been one for car stickers.
Really? I love car stickers.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't really put them on the car, but I just love having them, and I never put them anywhere. So I put them on the fridge.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So like an Opinions Unqualified
some
on
stickers,
the fridge.
Yeah.
Some
but
stickers.
You know what we really need? Because we still don't really have like a little icon thing. Like we're just Opinions Unqualified.
Well,
like
like a Bitmoji type thing.
Well, not a Bitmoji. That's the people. But yeah, just like a staple. We've just got the photo of me and you.
Yeah, I like. We've got a.
Matt Shaw's hit us up with some stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe we could try and sticker that.
We got a logo.
Yeah, we do.
The logo's pretty cool. I'd sticker the logo. I like the logo.
Yeah.
I think the logo looks sick.
We'll suss it out.
Yeah, maybe we'll put the logo up and see what people think of the logo.
And if anyone creative's listening,
maybe some sticker ideas.
Send it through.
And then we'll just go into random car parts and start sticking them on cars.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think that's illegal, but
that's all right.
Yeah, we'll wear a balaclava.
Yeah.
But then they'll see Opinions Unqualified and pretty much start listening to it. They
Yeah,
won't call the cops.
exactly. They're just going to
They'll
listen
just start
to it.
listening to it.
They're like, what's this? Oh, let me check it out. And then,
What a childish idea. But I love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then even other people can
Lampposts?
lamppost. That's the thing, isn't it?
Is there such a thing as like a community billboard still? Can like put stuff on community billboards? Like go into a shopping centre and like listen to it. You want a podcast?
I don't know whether they're still around.
Yeah, because I know there's like community, like Facebook groups. You go on there. Like, I know there's one for our local community where you go on there and they talk about, different things that are happening, or one of the funny. Well, it's not funny. It's actually quite terrible. But there was a heap of burglaries.
Yeah.
In this sort of area. Thankfully, we didn't get hit. But what they do is they post pictures and where they've been hit and when they were hit. And, on there. And I think through that community Facebook group, they actually found.
They got it.
They actually found, because I think someone had a security camera, grabbed the image, put it on the group, and they found out because someone knew the person that was on the group.
Spion, eh?
Well, spion for that person, but pretty fantastic
It's
for
good.
people that that were involved.
Power of social media.
It is, yeah. Well, how do you get to the masses, Sam? Now,
Social media.
talking about social media.
Yes, Nixie.
So today,
Yeah.
I got a message yesterday from someone that knows someone that knew something that was happening.
Yeah.
Fairly cryptic.
Yeah.
So what I have got today, Jacinta, my wife, she went and bought the newspaper.
Yes.
And I haven't bought a newspaper in years. Now, the reason we bought the newspaper is because there's a huge, big picture of our championship winning team and photo and a big article in the newspaper. When was the last time you read a newspaper?
Yeah, not quite a while
Have
ago.
you ever actually read a newspaper?
Yeah, sometimes in
In
a
your
cafe. Sometimes in a cafe, if
One's happened to be there?
and there's I might have a little flick through, but I'd never say that I'd actually go out of my way to get a newspaper.
Okay. Yeah, well, we did today, but that was only, again, it's something to show the kids.
There's a reason, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, so we got that article in there, we can cut it out, and we can show the family, and yeah, I thought it was
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Be in the paper.
Be in the paper.
It's always something cool.
As a little kid, you're like, oh man, I'd love to be in the paper.
That's
but
the big time.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Paper.
Yeah, I think paper's pretty big time. That's like an official. That's
Exactly.
official media. It's not
Exactly.
like, what would we call that? Like a black market podcast, or
Yeah.
what would we call our podcast? Like a garage podcast.
Garage.
Yeah.
Wow, we're pretty big.
Yeah, we're big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, bigger now because I was in the newspaper today.
Exactly. So hopefully, actually, I was reading an article of the write-up of your game, and it had a little bit of your post-game comments in there. I think it might have been.
Okay.
And there was no mention of opinions unqualified, which I was quietly upset.
Yeah.
I thought you've done such a good job to get yourself in this position.
Yeah. In the public eye,
And there's
bigger audience.
2 words that you needed to say, or 3.
Yeah.
And they didn't come out, and I thought, this is unlucky, but it's all right. Always another time there that you can, just for next time.
Yeah, I probably should have started my post game, my victory speech with listen to Opinions Unqualified this week for a brief review.
Exclusive.
Oh, exclusive, yeah, exclusive
Content.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
But we never talk about basketball.
Yeah, no, we don't. We're very minimal basketball talk here.
Which tonight there's gonna be some basketball.
There's a little
talk.
bit more basketball talk, yeah.
But but it's not like we're talking about the game or what we executed, and because people don't want to hear that.
Nah, people don't want to hear that. Nah.
If anyone does want to hear that stuff, just give me a buzz. Yeah, I'm happy to talk basketball all day. So the pod's not about that. So
I mean, that's no basketball talk.
no basketball talk, but stubby holders.
Stubby holders.
Yeah, we're gonna
let us know. Stubby holders. You know what you can put in a stubby holder as well, Nixie?
What can you put in a stubby holder, Sammy?
I don't know whether you've heard of a Brookvale Union peached iced tea and vodka, or a Brookvale Union ginger beer.
You know I've heard of the ginger beer.
And they fit quite nicely into a stubby holder, being a can. And they might be one of my favourite drinks to have. And I think we really have quite a big audience now.
Yeah.
That I think we should be pushing for a sponsorship.
Well, I think that's a great idea But for us to achieve this, we probably need more solid plans than let's get on the podcast and mention their name and see if they jump out of the woodwork.
Yeah, no, look, hopefully someone from Brookvale Union listens to us. But, you know, I might have to investigate.
Yeah. Well, we love the product. We do.
Exactly.
Like, I really enjoy the ginger beer. That's something like on a weeknight, I'll have one just like after a longer day.
Exactly.
Just refreshes me, gives me, you know, a little bit of joy in my day.
Tastes good.
Yeah.
And it would just be, you know, just like a 6-pack of each.
Mm.
You know, just a week. Just maybe help us get through our podcast when we're here recording.
Yeah, and maybe somebody sort of give to some people, and we'll do some competitions. We'll call it maybe a weekly segment called the Brookvale Union something.
Yeah. It'll be, yeah, I like that. So,
Yeah.
anyone knows someone that works at Brookvale Union or has got an inside man there or woman, let us know.
Yeah, we're interested. And on top of that, I'd probably like if anyone wants to sponsor us, if they're Brookvale Union or not, just to help us again. I think what we'd use it for is to get some more equipment and probably soundproof a little area so that we can record, and then possibly use it towards getting some other guests as well. So we wouldn't mind getting some more guests on the show.
We've been guestless for a while.
We have. We actually do have a guest here today.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. And he's a fan favourite and one of the great ones.
Yeah.
And he's just walked into the shed, and I thought he was going to lift.
Oh, you thought, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit heavy for him. So do you want to come in here and say hello to your people?
Hello.
Tell us about your week.
It's been great. You
Okay.
won the championship.
Yep. How'd that feel for you?
Awesome.
Yeah. What did it make you feel?
Proud.
Proud? Yeah.
And now it's school holidays as well. So it's
Cha-ching.
party time, isn't it?
Yep.
Big time party time.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So any plans?
Not really. See where it takes me.
I like
Oh,
it. That's
go
a
off the
great
flow.
attitude.
Go with the river.
All right. And have you still got, what's your favourite song?
I don't know.
No, you don't know now?
Oh.
What about your favourite TV show? We're just testing you.
Old TV shows are good.
All TV
Old
shows are
TV
good?
shows.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can
So
get into any of them.
you still like Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the business, isn't it?
Charlie
Yep.
Chaplin.
That's a bit too old school,
Oh,
isn't it?
sorry.
Yeah. All right, mate. Say see you to your fans.
See ya.
Right, there
Just
we go.
that's what you call a podcast flyby. So he's actually had a really good footy season, the young fella. You know, and still a few more weeks of basketball, and it's getting big. They grow up so fast, man.
They do.
I reckon 10 years time when we're recording, he'll come on the show and he'll be deeper than us and bigger and stronger.
Probably. You know, hopefully by then he's got a following of a couple million. So he really boosts our profile.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan. That's the plan.
But, you know, it's good. So sponsorships would be great. We do have some guests lined up, ready to come on. We've just got to get into some finer details.
Yeah, I think because we usually record fairly late at
yeah.
night on a Monday, so you know that's changing very, very soon. So you know, if you want to come on the show, we're quite flexible moving forward. We do like to go on a Monday, though, so
Yeah, Mondays.
just let us know. Talking about finals,
Yes.
because we've been there.
Yep.
We've both done that. We
Both
can both officially call ourselves champions now. I used to call myself a champion anyway, because I've won football premierships. This is my first basketball one. The NBA finals.
Yep.
They're on the old TV at the moment,
Yeah. The Miami Heat.
which blows my mind, I'll be
Which
honest.
is crazy because the odds on that for them to make the finals at the beginning of the year would have been crazy. So if anyone got onto Miami before really they got a bit of hype behind them, it would be interesting to know because that payout would be big time. Even just making the finals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, not too much basketball talk, but they are. It's pretty awesome to see Miami in there, a bit of an underdog team. and then against the Lakers, which are a bit of a powerhouse.
Yep.
And also my multi came through today, $1 multi at $11 odds, 8 legs came through today. So if only I'd put my life savings on that, I would have been set. But that's all right.
Do you think with multis, like the amount of people that I talk to, and they're like all the legs except one came through? Do you think like that? How often does that happen?
Oh, pretty often.
Like every single one except for one, and that seems to happen all the time.
The good thing about if you miss one, I know the site that I use, they refund your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously it would probably be up to a certain amount.
Yeah.
But whatever I bet's usually not past that amount, so refunded as like a bonus bet.
Couple of interesting things with this finals though. Just a little bit of basketball talk here. LeBron James is in his 10th NBA finals, which there's only 3 other players in history that have made 10.
Yeah.
And that's big time.
And the other crazy thing is the amount of teams that haven't. Like LeBron's gone to the finals more than some teams.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That really is crazy.
Yeah, so
it's just obviously a just consistent winner. He just gets it done. Like he knows how to win. He obviously works extremely hard, holds his teammates accountable, and every single year he gets there. So I know a lot of Lakers fans out there, and they'd be pretty excited.
Happy, yeah.
I'm a Pacers fan, so we've made the finals once in our whole history, I think. So
I'm a fan of the game, so I'm happy either way. But I'm pretty good to see that the Miami Heat are in there, a bit of an underdog.
Yeah, well, I love Goran Dragic. I think he's amazing.
Slovenian,
and I think Jimmy Butler. And I was talking the other day just to someone, and you don't often find 2 stars as selfless as those
don't.
2 are.
No, yeah.
So they're there. I think the way they play, the way they move the ball, like they're a big chance of upset the Lakers.
Could be. Yeah, that would be some scenes.
Oh man, that'd be incredible. That really would be incredible. So, if you're, you've got some time, say you're a teacher, you're on school holidays, NBA finals coming up. Make sure you listen to the pod instead though.
Halftime maybe chuck us on. Varsity's also open in the morning, I'm pretty sure, for the NBA finals. So if you can't watch it at home, you can go there and watch it. And I might put a post up as well.
Yeah.
Lakers Heat. Who do you think?
Yeah, and, cool. I'm gonna go. I actually don't think you can go past the Lakers. I just think LeBron with Anthony Davis is just too good.
Look, you're very right, but I'm still gonna go with the Heat. I'm on the bandwagon.
Okay. All right, so let's let's put a 6er of Brookvale Union.
Yeah.
On the finals.
All right, done.
All right, cool.
Book it in.
Yeah, Brookvale Union, 6er. All right.
Hopefully,
not a carton, 'cause it's pretty expensive.
When you get onto that, the carton, but that's all right. Great product, so it's worth the money.
Yeah, I think so too. We did mention before that Kyan, he's on school holidays now. So I thought we'd go down a trip down memory lane.
Yep, we're going down memory lane.
Go down memory lane. And just what would be some of your favourite or top school holidays experiences growing up?
Well, I mean, I probably have been quite lucky that a few of my school holidays were spent in Europe.
Yeah.
So that's always a plus, I guess. But then just all that time off just to go outside and play and hang out with your mates and whatnot was just...
Well, I think that I think it's changed for kids now. So you mentioned go outside and play.
Yeah, there wouldn't be too much of that, I don't think.
Yeah, and just to hang with your mate. I think a lot of kids now, rather than go and see their mates, they jump on a console.
On the PS,
yeah. And they put their headphones on, they get their microphone there, and then they end up, just talking.
Yeah, like talking and playing some really video games.
Catching up and stuff. Some of my favourite memories were, I used to go and stay with my auntie and uncle because I had cousins around the same age, and whenever we had a school holidays and I was able to stay with them for a few days, it was awesome playing with my cousins and mucking around. And probably the other thing was just going out and playing hoops and kicking the footy and with your friends. Like there was no, like like no phones, nothing. You'd pretty much get up in the morning, have some breakfast, say see to mum and dad, and then
Off you go.
yeah, wouldn't get home. I had to be home by 5 or 5:30. 5:30.
When the street lights came on?
Yeah, pretty much 5:30. I had to be home, but the whole day I could just go out and do whatever I want. And generally we didn't get up to too much mischief, but there was times where we wanted to push the limits, I guess.
Yeah. Everyone's got to find the line.
Yeah. But I just don't see kids doing that stuff anymore. Like hopefully they do. Like I really encourage my kids to be outside and play and be physically active to stay healthy. And I think there's some benefits of sunshine that people don't really understand.
Vitamin D.
Yeah. So just getting out there and being a part of the community.
Well, yeah, it is important, and I'm pretty sure someone told me. I think apparently kids' bone density these days is not as good as kids back in the day because they're not outside playing, falling off stuff, and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty interesting.
That is interesting. Just the way that evolution sort of happens, because I would have thought that's a fairly important thing for a human to have, is nice thick bones. Wow.
Yeah, drinking milk isn't enough. You need to
you need to actually be active and get out there and
do some
things.
Fall over, hurt yourself a little bit, not too badly.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah, well, I think you should allow kids to climb ladders, for instance. I think that's the important thing. Like, they fall off, they learn. It's about being sure-footed. It's about being confident. It's about being brave.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you got to get through it. So.
Yeah. So climb a ladder every now and then. Yeah. I remember when Kyan was young. Actually, he must have been 3 or 4, and he used to jump off the top of the playgrounds, into the sand.
Yeah.
And people were freaking out. So he's all right. He's fine, and now he's a tough kid. Yeah. Pretty tough anyway. Yeah.
Still got some time to grow.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But yeah, no, I used to love the school holidays. So, I think some people can take it a little bit for granted. So,
yeah. I mean, nothing better than having 2 weeks off just to do whatever you want, really, is it? Not many times that you can when you're not at school.
Yeah.
I mean, bit contradictory coming from me, but that's all right.
Well, you are gonna be working in a school at some point. So I think people working in schools, they get a lot of holidays as well. So like, I wonder, how people would use that time.
I think there's a lot of planning for what they're gonna do. Next. But that's low key. That's why I want to get a 4-wheel drive, so I can go up north. Yeah. Go down south for like a week or something like that.
Nice.
But we'll see when I get there. Still got a while to get there, so
just keep on grinding, man. It's a grind.
Exactly, but
I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the best decade for music, and I know this is a really broad subject, and it's a really big one. So we're probably not going to be able to cover all the bases, but I've been listening to a lot of 90s music lately.
Yeah. Like
lots and lots. I'll come out and I'll work out and I'll have 90s music on. Like I'll sit at my desk and I'm able to play some tunes. I've got 90s music on. I had a few people around the other night and started playing some 90s music, So do you think it correlates to a certain period in your life, or do you think it's more influenced by others? Like what you feel is the best decade?
Well, I think definitely people that you hang out with would definitely have some sort of influence on what you think. And then also, it'll probably be like the time that you spent out most that decade.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Well, for me, there's a few decades in there. I guess because I think, like, if I'm going to listen to music, I'm listening to 90s, which is when I was a teenager.
Yeah, yeah.
So pretty much, I left high school in 1998. That was my last year of high school. So between like 95 and say 2000, so the second half of the 90s.
Yeah.
That was my sort of formative years where I was sort of starting to go out and experience and see things and do things.
Yeah.
So I listened to that, and because when you're a kid, like that's like in high school particularly, like what do you talk about? You talk about music, you talk about sport.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of stuff you talk about. You talk about like obviously girls or guys if you're a girl or whatever, like whatever your preference is. You talk about your preferences,
Yeah.
because you're going through that hormonal change. But you're listening to music then, and if I'm not listening to '90s music, I'm listening to '70s music.
'70s. Oh, that's
And my parents are about 20 years older than I am,
right.
so they. '70s would have been the same period of time for them as the '90s was for me, and that's what they'd listen to.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, I'd listen to the music that they'd listen to, which was '70s stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, say, my son, if he's going to have his period and then he'll listen to the '90s stuff that I listen to.
I think so. I think that makes sense. Best decade. See, I think I'd say early thousands is the best decade. I just like all the old school R&B.
Like who? What sort of artist?
What sort of Chris Brown? Young Chris Brown.
Okay, yeah.
50 Cent.
50 Cent, yeah.
The Game.
The Game.
Yeah, bit of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Usher was cool, man. Like Usher had some flow.
Yeah. So I think that was probably the best musically.
There's some good stuff. Is Justin Timberlake in there?
Yeah, he'd be early thousands.
Yeah, would he be? Yeah, early thousands. More towards 2010-ish.
Yeah, I don't know.
I reckon I won a premiership in 2007, and I remember we went on our footy trip.
Yeah.
And all we heard was Justin Timberlake. So yeah, it's sort of 2007.
Yeah. So, but then now obviously I listen to more recent music. But
so how do you get new music?
How do I get new music? So really most of the music I listen to is like rap or like that kind of stuff, R&B. And I go on a site, and then on the site it will tell you what who's releasing what at what time.
Yep.
So pretty much if there's someone that I like there, and usually it comes out on a Friday. So on the Friday morning before whatever I'm doing, I'll hop on Spotify and check out their albums and quickly go through it, see if I like it. And then they've also got the release radar, which brings up some music that you like people that you listen to, and then some different stuff.
Well, that's on Spotify.
Yeah. So I'll go on there and listen through that as well. And if there's something that I like, chuck it in. And then if it's someone that I haven't heard of, then I might go back and check out their page kind of thing. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I do.
Okay, yeah, because I'm old school, obviously. So I listen to all the new music I get to, because I get in the car, and I've got an old car.
Yeah.
Like, it's shocking. It is. I'm not sure how safe it is. But I listen to the radio. So I'll listen to Triple J.
Yeah.
And that's my only source of new music, really, because when I get onto, like, a Spotify or an Amazon Music...
Then it's your...
Yeah, it's what I listen to. Like, I'll get back and I'll listen to Stone Temple Pilots or Pearl Jam or... like Everclear, the older stuff that I really enjoy listening to. So, how to get new music's probably it's changed.
Definitely. I can't remember the last time I listened to the radio.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably with me. Remember we were in the car?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, and I put AM radio on.
Yeah, actually, I do remember that. That's.
I think the comment was, that's the most old man thing you've ever done. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember. Just reminding you that, you do quite well to keep up with me. But that point in time, you definitely probably showed the age difference between us.
Yeah. And again, that's sort of something my dad used to do. Like he used to jump in the car and we'd be going to the footy, or we'd be going out bush to cut wood, or to do something like that. And it was always the AM radio. Put it on, listen to that, and I'd be like, "Oh man, this is terrible." So I'd have to convince him every now and then for me to be able to bring a cassette. Yeah, a cassette, and put it in and listen to some of that. And that's actually another thing. We used to go on these massive long road trips, and my mum and my dad used to play the same album over and over And over, I reckon I must have been 12, and we went up to Broome. We drove to Broome, and we stopped in a bunch of places for my mum to work. Everyone that listens to the pod knows she's a clairvoyant, so she stopped from town to town.
Yeah.
And then the amount of times I listened to the Carpenters' greatest hits, oh my God. I could pretty much sing every song word for word. And when you're a 12-year-old boy, the Carpenters aren't the coolest.
That's not what you want.
No, you don't want to be knowing every word to a Carpenters album, but that's what it was. It was that album, and then a couple of others, but that's the one that stands out, and it's sort of like, well, then Carpenters come on now, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice memory, but it's probably not something that I want to listen to.
Claim it as a talent though.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah,
to know a whole album.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Word for word, whole album. Yeah, and we'd get really jazzed about a couple of songs that everyone would sing together, sort of like the Partridge Family, which was quite funny. But they were good trips as well. So for me, I still think the 90s is the best music decade. I just think there was a lot of diversity in the 90s. There was like really raw new R&B stuff coming out.
Yeah.
The grunge scene was fairly phenomenal for me, and I was an influential teenager at that stage when that came out, and so that really impacted like Soundgarden and Nirvana.
You do love that.
Jane's Addiction, that sort of stuff. And then some of the pop stuff that come out during then was fantastic as well when they started creating bands like the Spice Girls. I'm happy to admit I'm a Spice Girls fan. I think the Spice Girls are incredible. And then there was the boy bands like Take That, and where some pretty good artists come out, like Robbie Williams, come out of that as well. I don't know I think he was Take That. Yeah, he was Take That. So, yeah. Anyway, I think the 90s for me is the best decade, but I really have a soft spot for the 70s, as I mentioned. And, there's some new stuff out, and I think every year there's one or two songs you sort of cling on to and hang on to.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how as time changes, your tastes change as well.
Definitely, yeah. And I think the people that you're around with definitely probably influence that a bit as well.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
But anyway, you like the Spice Girls, I like Cruisers. There we go.
yeah. We're pretty much the perfect pair. Yeah. So I can't really give you much grief now that I've put that out there.
That one's done. Yeah.
But when I do listen to them, I am drinking beer.
Well, it's kind of rude not to drink a Cruiser when you listen to that.
I'll give you that.
You should be, You should have a Guava Cruiser in your hand while you're singing some Spice Girls music.
Yeah. We haven't got a lot of time left, but I just wanted to touch on my amazing new additions in the shed.
Yeah, you are very proud as I walked in today.
Yeah, so I've got a TV up.
Yeah.
Yep, so the TV's up in the shed, and I'm thinking we can come out here, have a couple of quieties, watch some sport, Would you feel comfortable and happy?
I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah.
The best thing about sheds is you can it's always you're always putting in a little addition, and it just feels so good when you get a nice little addition. Something like TV is quite a big addition for a shed.
Yeah.
So I can tell why you're quite ecstatic and quite proud of yourself. I don't think your wiring works as good as mine in my shed.
Yeah.
Mine's definitely is a little bit more rustic and a little bit more authentic to who I am.
Yeah. Mine's a bit dodgy.
Well, that was my problem, that it's not dodgy enough.
Oh, really?
For a home job. I mean, you've seen the wires that hang around over lights and stuff at my shed.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
But
I just think like it's a pretty great addition. So like I've turned this show. I've got a drum kit set up now. I've got the TV in here. I've got some racks with some extra weights and a bench. I've got a table, like a full dining table.
Yeah, good table.
Yeah, nice big fridge. So I think it's coming along. So I wonder what should my next addition to the shed be?
I was actually just thinking that, and I was looking around. I was thinking a nice little 2-seater couch. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure where you'd put it, but I think the shed's always good with a dirty little couch.
Yeah, I think Kyne's here nodding his head, going, "Yeah, we need a couch, Dad." So I think a couch might be my next addition. If anyone has a couch they want to donate,
Well, get around Gumtree. There's a lot of stuff there for free.
Yeah, they just want to get rid of it. Don't
People
they?
want to get rid of it. Too heavy and to do anything with it. So
Okay.
pretty much give them. They pretty much just say take it. That's
Sweet.
the only.
Well, the couch might be in the next edition. That's us now.
That's us.
We're done.
First pod with the
The new mic.
new stuff.
Yep. It does look. We have to take a picture of it. It looks the part. So
It does.
Yeah.
It's definitely a step up in our game.
Yep.
And excited for more stuff to come. And
Yep.
then we're going to look even more professional.
Absolutely.
We might need to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We're on the rise. now.
Exactly.
Hopefully everyone enjoyed the Michael Jordan number 23 championship episode. I know for me, it's been a really good week, and I'm looking forward to hopefully winning many more.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well done.
Hashtag opinions unqualified. Make sure you get on our socials. Keep on sharing. Share as much as you can. Get people involved. Talk about us, because we're not going to stop.
Yeah, exactly. Get around us.
Sure.